We are out and about again, and today we are down at Chiswick House and Gardens. This is about 4 miles from where we live, and we just got the train down here. Juliet had to get some Le Creuset pottery, so we've grabbed that, and now we're going to walk around this garden, which is down in sort of the south of Chiswick. And then we're going to be heading over to Kew Gardens a little bit later on. So this is the conservatory and Italian garden here in Chiswick Gardens. So we can't get in the house today because it is shut, but we can just have a wander around here. And yeah, there's not a great deal to see, but it is very nice. We've never been here before, either of us, so we're just going to do a bit of an explore. But you can just have a look at the very nice nature all around us. So we're here at the reflecting pool with some gooses and swans, and this goes all the way through this these gardens, all the way down there. We're going to head down there in a little bit, but just behind us we have the country house, and this would have been one hell of a place to be if you owned it. It's all English heritage now, so you can go where you wish. We're now going to head over to the other side of this pool, and here we have an Ionic temple and pool with a big old pillar in the middle, and we've got a dog which is definitely not where it should be, running around trying to eat the geese. And it's got some owners over to my right hand side who look very worried about their dog being in here. And here we have the view down the reflecting pond to the far end of it. You can see the little bit of the country house in the distance. We're going to wander down here now to the waterfall at the other end. And here we have another lovely view across the reflecting pond. Actually now with a reflection in it because the sun has come out a little bit. So yep, really nice. There's a waterfall over there we're going to go look at now, and then we're going to head to see an obelisk deeper into the park. And here we are at the exit to the gardens. Very nice it has been going in here. We've got the obelisk just in front of me there. Next stop for us is the Kew Gardens. Just going to go and grab some lunch first, and then we're going to go into the gardens themselves. And that is just one Uber ride away, and hopefully that Uber is going to be turning up very soon. We've arrived here in Kew Gardens, quite similar to Chiswick Gardens, just across the river. Got an Uber here, costs about £3.50. Don't know how that's sustainable for anyone, but there you go. And here we are at the entrance to the gardens. It's really cheap at the moment. The greenhouses are shut, but everything else is open, so we got in for about £5, which is great because we are students. Still students, even though we're in our late 20s, but anyway. And next stop for us is just having a good old wander around. So this is the Kew Garden map. We're down at the Victoria Gate. So we're going to head past the palm house and a little lake, round the top of the park through the rhododendron dell, and then back down to the Japanese gateway and the Lion Gate to get out of here. Next stop is the big old conservatory just to my right. And here is the palm house. Can't go in unfortunately, but there is lovely daffodils outside of it. I've been here before, and the palm house is a really nice place to go in and have a look at. And then over here we have a big old lake in front of the country house here in Kew Gardens. Last time I was here was for a Kew Gardens at Christmas sort of event where everything's lit up by lots of lights. It's very good, well worth doing. But we're just going to continue our good old walk around this park. And here we have another really nice view of the lake and the palm house behind, with a plane going overhead because unfortunately this entire day is on the Heathrow flight path. And here we are walking through the nice little forested glade here. Palm house over there, and we're just going up to this little structure on the hill. It's strange here, the daffodils haven't come out here, but in lots of other parts of London we've been to they have done, so Not sure why that is, I'm sure there's a reason. But yeah, as with everything here, really, really nice. And here we are in a rockery. The really nice building in front of us, you can see, is called the Alpine House. Yep, having a nice wander through. It's not very busy here, which is really good. They're limiting the amount of people who can come in. So Juliet and I have, to a certain extent, got the place pretty much to ourselves. It's certainly a lot less busy than it was the last time I was here. And here we are at the Hive, a sort of ornament, sculpture, what's it, in the gardens. And here we are in the Hive itself. Very nice, got some speakers, got some lights, all very nice. And here we are now at Kew Palace, which is another big old house here in Kew Gardens. Some nice greenery in it, but Juliet is just over there trying to hunt down a place to have lunch because it's a bit windy and we need to find somewhere to have lunch where we're not going to get too cold. Those people there have stolen a good spot, so we need to find our own spot. But hopefully there's going to be something just round this corner. And indeed, it looks like Juliet has found something. And here we have some daffodils and some trees, all very nice. We're a bit further down from the palace now, and we're on the way to a rhododendron glade. We are now here in a rhododendron dell, so a little valley. There's some rhododendron flowers out. Some are still to come. We've picked quite an interesting time of year to come. The daffodils are all over the place, which is really good. But we're sort of a bit early for the blossoms and the flowers on most of the trees. But they'll come at some point. But yeah, really nice here. And next up for us is the bamboo garden.
We are now just coming to the Japanese garden with the bamboo. And here there is a traditional house which you can normally go in. Not today, unfortunately. It's just another part of Kew Gardens that is very, very pleasant.
And here we are at the lake, which goes through the middle of the gardens. Got some geese looking at me like I'm an idiot, wondering I'm disturbing their sleep. But this is the lake, and this here is the Sackler Crossing, Sackler Bridge, which is a new bridge going through the middle of the lake. Next stop for us is the other side, and the treetop walk. And here we are at the treetop walk. Can't go up there at the moment, unfortunately, but it is very nice, as everything is. The amount of times I've said very nice in this video, massive amounts of times. But we are now off to the tree wood glade thing, and then a big old pagoda. And here we are in the woodland glade. That's probably the name of it, woodland glade. And it's just another very pleasant walk through greenery. I'm going to cut a lot of things from this video, I think, because it's a little bit monotonous. But nevertheless, Juliet and I are having a very nice time, considering it cost us £5. And here we are at the Kew Gardens Pagoda. Yet another lovely place to come and visit. And here we are, up close and personal with the pagoda. You can go up it sometimes, but in all the times I've been to Kew Gardens, I never have. So I'm not sure when it is open. But yep, really nice. Next stop for us, I think, is the Temperate House just behind it. And here we are at the Temperate House, probably the final thing we're going to be seeing here in Kew Gardens today, because we're getting a bit tired and it's time to go home. But it's been a really nice day out. We've managed to do this whole day for not much money at all. We've seen a lot of good things. Chiswick Gardens is excellent because neither of us have been to there before, and it's really nice coming to Kew and having a look around. Let's just do one final look up towards the pagoda there, and if I spin round, we've got one final look down to where we came in and the palm house in the far distance. So one very last video. We're just at Kew Garden Station now, waiting for our train to take us home. It's very convenient for us because the train, the overground, goes right to where we want it to go. So we just need to wait for the train to get here, and it is about to arrive. So we'll wait for the train to arrive. This is the station. Nice station here in Kew, very nice area. And here's the train just coming in. Juliet and I are back here at Kew Gardens. It's about 3 or 4 weeks since the last time we're here. Is that right, Juliet? 3 or 4 weeks? And here we are today to see some blossoms, which weren't really out last time we were here. And hopefully they will be a bit more out now. And here we are back at the palm house, and it's quite interesting how different it looks to last time. I guess they've replanted a load of flowers. Some things have died and other things have come up. But again, very pretty. We're going to do a few less videos this time than last time because realistically, I think it all looks pretty much the same. And Juliet and I are only here to see the blossoms. But once again, we have this very nice view everywhere. We've come a bit earlier today, so there's much fewer people, which is good. And yeah, it's nice to be out and about. And here we have the main attraction at this time of year, and the main reason that we are here are these lovely blossoms all over the place. Now, we're not actually sure if these were out last time we were here because we didn't actually come here. We went to the cherry blossom area on a different side of the gardens, whereas this is the blossom area. I'm not good on plants. But yep, very pretty. There's a Beano exhibition on, which is interesting. And generally, it's all very pleasant. And here we have another very nice view of the blossoms and the daffodils and all this really pretty green stuff. And here we have Juliet trying to balance a phone in a location which doesn't look suited to the task. And here we have a Mediterranean walk through the middle of Kew Gardens. Looks a bit out of place with all the greenery just to the side, but very pleasant nonetheless. This is a stone pine, and yes, the guess of Mediterranean garden was correct, which is good. We don't look like idiots, we don't have to reshoot the video. It's excellent. We very briefly, I think, have the sun. We've got a break in the cloud, and we are very fortuitously ended up at a blossomy area again. These are different blossoms. I think these are more tree-y blossoms. Not sure on the specifics, but there are different ones. And yep, very nice. Maybe even a bit more impressive than the ones before. But generally, very, very pretty. And here we are on the woodland walk at the top end of the Kew Gardens. Very pleasant. Not sure why we're raised up on this thing when there's a perfectly decent bit of grass next to us, but there we go. I think it's so it's easier for all the tall people to hit their heads on the trees above them. And here we have a very pleasant Japanese garden. We've been here before, of course. but it looks just as nice now as it did before. You still can't walk on the gravel though, which is a mistake I very nearly made the first time I came here. Next stop, after a bit of lunch, is going to be the big pagoda over there. And here we have the very large pagoda at the bottom of Kew Gardens. This is probably the last thing we're going to be seeing today, really. We're just going to head back down towards the blossoms now, just down here. But really nice day. And Juliet and I are going to be wandering around here for a bit longer, then we're going to be heading back home, picking up some curtains en route, and deciding if there's anything else we can do this Easter, which is interesting and fun, and most importantly, something we've not already done about 15 times. And here we have one final view of the palm house here at Kew Gardens just before we leave.